Good morning, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, and today is Saturday, December the 23rd, 2023. You will be seeing this on Sunday, December the 24th, because I'm going to be uploading my whip parade today. All 5 parts. So if you have not seen it, you can go check it out. You're going to have to watch it in installments because it's like 10 hours long. This is Flosstube number 58. If you are new to my channel, I would like to welcome you. Thank you so much for checking me out. If you like what you have to see, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. I usually post about every 2 weeks. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for all the comments and the friendships I've made along the way. This is my final Flosstube of the year, because my next scheduled Flosstube would be in January anyway. But this is my final Flosstube of the year. And I will be showing you what I've been working on the past 2 weeks. Has not been much at all. Has not been much at all. I've been feeling a little funky about everything the past 2 weeks. I think because I had to rearrange my crafting space. I usually have, so I'm in my living room, of course, I'm sitting on a couch. I usually have all of my stuff right there. Like, I mean, you can't see it, but it's all like right over there. And I had a system going on. And I sound a little funny because I'm getting over a cold, so I'm sounding manly today. One of my patients, I was on the phone with her yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, you have your 1-900 voice going on. What are you wearing?" But I usually have all of my crafting stuff over there, and I had to move it because I had to put up my Christmas tree. So now half of it was still under the TV because I have like cutouts. I'm looking at it, so I'm pointing at you, but I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing behind you. So if you look behind you, there's cutouts in my wall. But on the floor, I have 2 bins of cross-stitch projects, right? And then under, like, in the window, I had more, but I had to move all those, and like I had to move my little rolling cart that I keep like my board on, and it's just, and you know, my bag where I keep my whips that I'm working on. It was just, everything's been moved. It's like throwing me off, and like we're getting to the end of the year, and I had all these huge goals to hit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hit these goals. Like I hit some, I got a couple more done. So we got the board one more time for one final mark off. But I did not hit all the goals, of course. I knew I wouldn't, but it just kind of got to the point where I was like, oh my God, I just don't want to work on any of this. Like I was messaging Alara like every day. I'm like, I am so sick of these projects. And she was messaging me back. She was like, I'm so sick of working on one project. She's trying to finish up all the outside black on Dragons of the Sabbat. She's like, I'm so sick of working on this one project. So every day it's just back and forth between the 2 of us. But this is my board, and I forgot to add, hold on. I feel like I worked on something and I didn't write it on here because I have a routine of when I'm done stitching for the night, I get up and I walk over there and I write down how much on my board, how much I worked on what project. And I feel like I forgot to write on something. Day tonight, Iceland. I forgot to write on Day tonight, Iceland. So Day tonight, Iceland does not have any red next to it, but I did work on it. But look how pathetic that is for 2 weeks of stitching. And you guys know that's not like me. I was definitely riding the struggle bus these past 2 weeks. Every time I looked at my stuff, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this. But I did get 3 more goals done, and I got to finish. I got one final finish in for the year. So let's go ahead and get going with these whips. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the remaining week of the year. I'm going to show you my finish first. I finished this while I was at work. And this is from Dimensions. It's a little kit called Believe. That's what, well, I don't know why I'm like, show you, that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I can just be like, hey, this is from Dimensions. It's a little kit called Believe. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. So I got this done not this past week, but the one before. I did not have any time this week at work to stitch. We've actually started picking up again at work. So, but yeah, let's just appreciate this for a minute. So I ended up, if you guys remember, when I was stitching this, I realized, get this off my lap. I realized that there's like some really pale stitches right here. And I realized the stitches that were here and the stitches that were in here, I had done them full cross by accident. They were supposed to be half cross. So I was kind of saving that for last because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough thread because it comes in a kit. So what I ended up doing was I pulled out the full crosses that were in this section right here, redid them as half crosses, and then I just finished that up. And then at the very end, I went ahead, because I didn't want to pull the full stitches out of this part because they were like under green threads. I didn't want to do all that cutting and then risk cutting my fabric or cutting the actual thread that was supposed to be there. So I had enough thread, so I went ahead and just finished the thread off, that color off in that box in full crosses, so it would be consistent. But yeah, it's really cute. I like it a lot. I have a couple ideas for what I want to do with it. My arm's getting tired, so I'm going to put it down. I don't know if I want to make it into like a little pillow, or if I want to just frame it, or do one of those cute little flat fold things. I don't know how to do a flat fold. I know there's tutorials. Like, yes, I understand there's tutorials. I can look it up, but I'm just saying I don't know how to do that. But it's a cute idea. And just so everybody has an idea of leftover thread, let me fix this. Hang on. Just so everyone has an idea of how much thread with this project you'll end up getting. And I mean, I'm kind of, when I work on a project that I have the DMC, like it just calls for DMC, I'm a little bit more, I'm not as stringent with my thread saving. Like if I have a piece like this long, and I end the thread, I'm not going to save it to do more stitches in another section. Kits I will, because they give you like 10% extra, I think, but I don't know how much thread you're going to end up having left over. So I'm a little bit more stringent with the thread, and I will save every last bit that I can. But this is all my leftover thread. So I did have one where I actually went down to the very last bit, and this was not the color that I accidentally did full crosses. That it was actually this color, so I had plenty of thread. But yeah, this was all the thread that I had left over from that. So there's that. Got one final finish in for the year. Let me set this aside so I can put it in my bin of projects that I gotta finish. I left my tablet on the dining room table. Hang on a second. Let me go get it. Ow. Okay. My shirt today says fueled by cross stitch and coffee. Let me suck in my fat. Okay. All right. So the first WIP I'm going to show you is California Dreaming. This is from, sorry for the sniffling. It's like, it's either sniff it up or let it drop down my face. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Jeff Haney. This is regular size, max color. It is 700 by 501. It's 240 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. My original goal for this year was to get it to 25%. In order to do that, I was still needing 23,125 stitches. Yeah, that was not going to happen in 2 weeks. But I am at, let me show you where I worked first. I worked in 2 places, I think. Did I? Or did I just work in one place? I know for sure that I worked down here. I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the whole thing. I worked down here in the bottom, and I worked on getting all this confetti right here filled in. I'm doing this 2 strands, half cross on 25 count, easy count Lugana. But I worked on getting a lot of this confetti right here filled in. So like this area right here, am I pointing in the right spot? Yeah, I believe all that's done. So I was like, well, like as much as I hate filling in ninja stitches, I was like, well, I really need to get that done because otherwise future Jen is going to be kicking past Jen for not doing it. But I worked in that section there. I did 800, I think if my counts are correct, I did 850 stitches. I'm currently at 65,855 stitches completed out of 350,700, and I am at 18.78%. So not too shabby, considering that, oh, I don't have my spreadsheet pulled up, hang on. Not too shabby considering that, where is it? I started, okay, so let me show you the whole thing and then I'll tell you what I started with because I actually wrote it down. So that's everything that I've gotten so far. And I believe when I show you my before pic, I'll probably show you that part there. I showed the beginning of the year picture in my WIP parade, but I believe this is going to be the before picture that I show. I don't think I worked anywhere else. I'm pretty sure it was just down in the bottom. I started the year, where is it? At 37,589 stitches. And I was at 10.72%. And I am currently at 65,855 stitches, and I am at 18.78%. I'm not mathing that. I did a lot of stitches. I needed like 50,000 to get this to 25%. So there's that one. Okay, next up is Coffee Break. This is from Design Works. Oh, so when I was doing my WIP parade, the final part, I was filming it actually last night, and I realized, so I have cards of my milestones and my goals that I want, and I never get one for Coffee Break. So I was like, I kind of came up with one and wrote it on a post-it note. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Like I said, it's a kit from Design Works. Artwork is by Krista Hamrick. My original goal was to get 18,000 stitches on this. I did not complete the goal. I still needed 11,200 stitches. I did do 700, so it dropped it below the 10,000 mark. I have a thread hanging. But I got the frappe block done. I finished all the back stitching in it, and I moved on to the next block next to it. And so, so I was super careful, and I made sure to save space for this part right here where this the Turkish coffee. I don't remember the name of the cup that you pour the coffee from, but I made sure to save space in the border to put the edge of the cup in there, right? Because that's what it shows. You know what I did not do? I did not save space up here for the handle of the cup. I wasn't even paying attention right there. I noticed it when I started on the block. I looked up and I'm like, oh my God, I was supposed to leave space in the border, and I did not do that. So you know what I'm gonna do when I get to it? I'm just gonna stitch over it. No big deal, no big deal. So I did 700 stitches on this, and I'm loving how it's turning out. So all 3 of these blocks are completely done. And that's what I like to do with projects like this, when it's like blocked out like that. I like to get a block completed from start to finish. So whenever I pull this out next year, I will just kind of keep doing it like that. Okay, my nose itches. Next up is a goal that I did complete, and this is a kit from Dimensions. Hang on. This is a Dimensions Gold Collection Holiday Village. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. My goal was to do 1,000 stitches, and I wanted to focus up in the top right corner, up in the sky, to work on getting that done, and I did. So it's going to look like a lot more than 1,000 because they were all half crosses of blends, and so I do 2 half crosses for every 1 full X. Yeah. So that is where I'm at with it. And that's where I'm at with it so far. No, I just worked on, I think I worked on that for like 2 nights. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I was having, I think part of it was when I didn't have the boys, I was trying to film as many parts of my whip parade as I could, because it's 5 parts, as you saw on my list of videos. So I was trying to film them, like, I was doing, like, I did 1 Monday, 1 Tuesday, 1 Wednesday, and then I ended up getting the boys back. No, I did 1 Sunday, 1 Monday, 1 Tuesday. I got my kids back on Wednesday because their dad was going out of town. And then I had them Wednesday, Thursday, then I, like, you know, and then my normal week. So they just went back to their dad last night. Oh, I was like, why? How did I get part 4 filmed? I went home early from work on Wednesday because I was sick. But I wasn't too sick to film. So I filmed the Flosstube. I filmed part 4 on Wednesday afternoon. And then I filmed part 5 on Friday when they went back to their dad. But it was just overall, it was just like every time I went to sit down, I'm like, I don't want to work on any of these. The next thing I'm going to show you is Catching Rays from the Cross Stitch Studio, artworks by Abraham Hunter. It is 1200 by 900. It has 133 colors, 134 colors. 1,080,000 stitches. My original goal was to get 30,000 stitches on it this year. Did not happen. I still needed 19,052 stitches to meet that goal. I did 300. I still have not completed that page that I was working on. But I did get a lot of it done. So that's where I'm at with that page. Again, thread hanging because I was done for the night. I'm doing this 32 count, easy count Lugana, 1/1, full cross. I was doing page by page in a checkerboard. So I have 3 pages completed, almost a fourth. Their pages are smaller than like, they're probably half the size of Heaven and Earth Designs. So that's why they look so tiny. That, and it's on 32 count. So I said this in my whip parade, but I don't know if anybody was watching it, but I'm debating on if I'm going to continue doing pages in a checkerboard or if I'm going to just say screw it and just go back up to the top and or maybe just continue on the bottom and just start stitching where I feel like it. Like, of course, where it meets up. But, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing the pages in. I'm watching my tension, so I'm not really like worried about that per se. I'm kind of worried about it, about page lines. But at the same time, like, I'm not, if that makes sense. But I don't know if I want to keep doing page by page in checkerboard. What do you think? What do you think I should do? So far, I'm at 24,974 stitches done out of 1,080,000. I am at 2.31%. So, okay. Next up is another goal not completed. This is from Cross Stitch for Everyone. This is Ho Ho Ho. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's really cute. And my original goal was to finish it, which I did not do. Very pathetic progress on it. Ho, ho, ho. I needed 8,959 stitches to complete it. I did 300. I'm just doing this on a 14 count 8 that has like some silver in it that I picked up from the craft store. So the H is almost done. There's still like gray in the border, like, or not in the border, on the edges that I have to do. I think all the red stitching in the H is done. It looks weird right now, but it'll look better once the other stuff is there. It's supposed to look like that. I know. This side looks skinnier than this side. It's on purpose. So I am currently, it is Pattern Keeper compatible and there's no back stitching in this piece. So I am currently at 10.42%. 1,006 stitches completed out of 9,659. All right. Last piece. This is from Stitchman Darcy on Etsy. And this is I Love You to Death. I did get this goal done. I worked on this on a weekend, so I was able to get it done. This is what it's going to look like when it is done. It is 255 by 155. Pattern Keeper compatible, no back stitching in it, so I'm pleased. Well, there is back stitching because of the names on the gravestones, which I will probably put my cat's names. I'm doing this on a 28 count, like some kind of gray linen. I have no idea what the color is. I just know this is the look I was going for. I was kind of going for like a spooky cemetery kind of thing. My goal was to get it to 30%. I cannot see you. There you are. My goal was to get it to 30%. I did 1,100 stitches on it, all up in the skull up here and the clouds that are kind of running through it. So I'm almost done with that skull. I think if I get that skull done, that might be almost a color completion. Actually, let me zoom out and see. Oh no, it might be in, nope, it's in the other gravestone that I haven't done yet. Ah! I just dropped my tablet. I am at 2,828 stitches done out of 9,401. I am at 30.08%. So, one more time. Goal completed. Out of the goals, so that's all my whips. Out of the goals that I have completed, or that I have left to do, actually, I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's mark off my board one final time. All right, 2023 board. This is the final time you're going to see this. So what did I do? I did Believe, which is over here. That was a finish. I did Holiday Village. Where is it? Oh, it's way up here. And I did I Love You to Death. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. I mean, oh, let me get my boobs out of the way. Overall, this actually is, let's just recap for the year. This is actually super decent stitching. Like, because some of these had some really big goals. Oh, I need to mark off my completed. I did 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Damn, too bad I didn't do 4. I could have had an even 5 right there. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So I completed 124 goals this year out of 139. That is pretty damn good if you ask me. Especially considering some of these had quite a few thousand stitches on them. But yeah. So 124 goals completed out of 139. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, hold on. I went the wrong order. Hang on, I forgot where I was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm missing something. Because I counted it up in my whip parade. And I thought I had 18 projects completed because of the math. Oh no, you know what? I misspoke in my whip parade. I said I had 18 done. And I had, but, hold on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I had 2 UFOs. Am I missing a project somewhere? Unless I just mismathed in my whip parade. So I said that I had 18 finishes in my whip parade, but I didn't. I had 15 finishes unless I mismarked on here and I had 16. Because I forgot I had 2 UFOs. Or did I have 3 UFOs? Well, now I gotta look. On my spreadsheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh no, I had 3 UFOs. That's right. 2 of them are going to be restarts. So I completed 15 projects. So if you see my whip parade, don't come at me. I didn't complete 18 projects. I completed 15, but it's still a big, huge pat on the back for me. So 15 finishes for the year. That's pretty damn good. $15 finishes, 3 UFOs, but 2 of those UFOs are going to be restarts next year. Okay, let's talk about my plans for the rest of the year. So, I'm not really digging the fact that I'm going to be stitching on stuff, and I'm not really going to, because looking at, okay, here's where I was going to talk about this. Looking at this board here, realistically, there's only 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 things that I could potentially finish for the end of the year. And I'm not really feeling that. I'm getting tired of this stuff, and I want some new things. So, screw the rest of the 2023 plans. Hashtag fake plans are back. We are going to pull from my new basket. I wanted to get the whip parade uploaded so that on the chance that you actually watch the whip parade before you watch the Flosstube, you will have seen the projects in the new starts thing before you see them on here. That was the idea. But if you have not watched the whip parade, oh nuts. Oh wait, I have it here. If you have not watched the whip parade, I will tell you what my numbers are. I am going into 2024 with 121 current, like, active whips. I have 199 new starts. Now, keep in mind, these new starts, remember, I didn't just purchase all this stuff. Some of these patterns were free. Some of the fabric I've had forever. So I've been working on this all throughout the year. And there are still projects that I want to start that I did not get a chance to get the fabric or I had the fabric, but I need to cut it. There's still full coverage projects that I wanted to get started that I'm not going to be able to get to because I wanted to have a cutoff. I mean, fake plans are back, so you never know. I might just go ahead and throw them in there. But for right now, my plan is to not add to my project list, at least until I finish a project. Like, if I finish a project, I can replace it. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to do that for 2024 or if I'm going to save it for 2025. But so 121 current whips, 199 new starts for a grand total of 320 projects. And of those 320 projects, I said that I wanted to finish 134 of them. Now, what I did, I'll show you from I Love You to Death. Actually, I want to show you from, hang on. I want to show you with a project that is in multiple categories. Uh, oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay. So I'm going to use ho, ho, ho as an example before I start pulling projects out. What I did with all of my projects, and I'm doing a lot of repeating myself because I feel like the more I explain it, the more it will make sense. Plus, I don't know if you actually saw anything, so you're going to be like, if you didn't see any of the whip parades and you're just watching this because whip parades aren't your bag, and that's okay. You're going to be like, what? What is she doing? So what I did with every single one of my projects, including my new starts, is I wrote them down. I gave each of them an index card, except for Copy Break. It has a Post-it note until I replace it with an index card. And I looked at each project kind of like what I did with my whip parade last year. I looked at each project and I said, what do I want to do? But I didn't just think about what do I want to do for this year. Let me back up. 2023, my issue was with some of these projects was that I set a realistic goal, but once I got the goal done, I had to put it away and I couldn't work on it anymore. And I didn't like that because some of those projects are super cute. I'd like to get them done. And if I keep doing it this way, it's going to take like 10 years to get these done. So I can't just set a high goal for them and be like, well, I'll just keep pulling it until it's done. That's why I end up with, well, part of the reason why I end up with so much stuff, but it's like because I'm just like, oh God, I gotta finish this. But when I have a goal for it, I'm like, yeah, let me get this goal done. So, but I wanted the opportunity to be able to work on it throughout the year. So if I pull ho, ho, ho in January and I get a small goal done, I'm still going to, I have multiple things set for it. So I will be able to keep working on it throughout the year. I can pull it in January, I can pull it in June, I can pull it in November, and I can keep working on it throughout the year. So I set large goals for them and then I broke them down into milestones. So ho, 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 for example, I still want to have this as a finish. This is one of my called for finishes. The piece I just showed you, it's still one of my called for finishes. So I have a goal to finish it, but I broke it down into milestones. So milestone 1 is 20%. Milestone 2 is 30. So every time I hit a milestone, get off my face so you focus on the card. There you go. So every milestone I hit, it will be set aside for a period of time, which I will go over in a minute. I then created 12 categories. I'm not going to go over this every Flosstube, but I created 12 categories, and the categories are full coverage, holiday, seasonal/series, fancy like, Etsy, Christmas, large kits, small kits, gnomes, which I did not have as many as I thought I would, gnomes, sampleresque, Sal's, and then other for the ones that didn't really fit into a category. So those are my categories for 2024. I may adjust those and maybe either add to the categories or change some of them around. I'm not sure. But for 2024, these are my categories. I have every project in at least one category. Ho, ho, ho is in 2. Let me find out on my master list so I don't have to search that. Ho, ho, ho is in 2 categories. It's in the Christmas category because it's a Christmas piece, and it's in the Etsy category because I bought it on Etsy. So what I would do if I pulled this out is if I pulled this out, I would work on this piece until it hit 20%, and then I would stop. And because it's in 2 categories, I will look at the categories and, oh my God, I'm trying to find a good way where I'm not like, look at my nose. So it's in Etsy and Christmas. The Christmas category currently has 57 projects in it. The Etsy category currently has 34 projects in it. Now, this will be set aside until 50% of the projects in that category have had a milestone met. So I would go ahead and highlight this for the Christmas category because there's more projects in it. So I want to get that list kind of knocked out sooner. So I would highlight, I'm going to highlight Ho 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 on my Christmas category, and it will go away for that. However, if this was only in one category, it would go away until 50% of those projects had a milestone completed. However, this is in multiple categories, so it's still in play for the Etsy category that it's in. So say 2 weeks go by, I do another Flosstube, I pull this again for the Etsy category. I would then jump down to milestone number 2 and work on it until I hit 30%. Once I do that, I highlight it on my Etsy category and it will go away until either the Etsy category gets 50% of their milestones, 50% of them have a milestone done, or 50% of the Christmas ones are done. Let's say Etsy gets 50% of their projects milestones done, right? Once 50% of them have a milestone completed, all of those go back into the basket. And say I pull this again, I would then jump down to milestone 3 and get it to 40%. If when 50% of the Christmas projects have a milestone done, I would then jump down and work on getting it to 50%, milestone 4. Is that kind of starting to make sense? I feel like once I actually start doing this, it'll make more sense. So, here's what we're going to do. Because I have 4 Sterilite containers and 2 fabric bins. I have 2 projects that are going to come out no matter what. One is my focus piece for the year, and that is Honeymoon Sunset, or for part of the year. That is Honeymoon Sunset. I'm doing a challenge with Olara. We're going to do 25,000 stitches on our respective projects in 25 weeks. So it's going to be 1,000 stitches per week. I'm doing Honeymoon Sunset. Olara is going to continue working on the black on Dragons of the Savage. She wants to get the black completely done on that project. So that one is going to stay out. So if I pull it out of the basket, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, this is it's going to stay out until the 25 weeks is done. The other project that's going to come out regardless of what I pull is going to be, what's it called? Mountain Cabin. It's from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm doing a New Year, New Start with Case from Jeep Girl Stitches. She has a lot of personal crap going on right now. Death in the family. So Case, if you're watching, I'm very sorry. So I'm not sure if she's still going to do the New Year, New Start, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. What the hell is it called? Where is it on my list? Oh, it's out of order. Oh, Mr. Cardinal and Mr. Grinch are in the wrong spots. That's why. Okay, so Mountain Cabin from Heaven and Earth Design. So I have so many projects that I'm going to pull them because you guys like watching me struggle. But instead of having to bounce from bin to bin to bin, I'm going to pull the projects first, and then we're going to kind of pull them out per bin. I'm excited. Are you excited? Fake plans are back. Screw the rest of the year. All right, so The first one I'm going to pull out is a new start. Beach getaway. We're going to pull out, we're going to go ahead and pull out 20. And another new start, Isaiah. When I pull these out, I will tell you what, I'll show you like what they're. Another new start, coffee addiction. I mean, granted, I have 199 new starts, so I'm not surprised I'm pulling out new starts. I'm so happy. Next up, another new start, and I'm looking forward to this one, crossword. This technically is kind of a new start, but I have part of it started already. Gingerbread Smalls Carousel. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's the first 5. Next up is a whip, spa gnome. Remember my little pink, I don't know if you guys remember my projects like I do. I remember some people's projects. So spa gnome is the gnome with the pink robe and the cucumber eyes and the towel on her head. Another new start, sugar cookie house. Hot damn. I'm getting excited again. Yay. Another new start, pumpkins. Another new start, Amazonian. A whip, Enchanted Pumpkins. That is from, no, that's a new start. That's a new start. Forget what I said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there is going to be one more thing that I pull out, and it's going to be my Focus on a finish. Let me get these pulled and I'll explain my faux. Another new start, Rosie Santa. Another new start, All in the Family. I'm just going to start all 199 by the end of the year. I'm excited about this one. Mother Nature Summer. Another new start. And this is a whip. House. 3, 4, 5. Another new start. This is Ancestors. If you haven't watched my whip parade, you're like, what is all this? Okay, so there's 15. So we're going to pull out 5 more. The reason why I'm pulling so many is because some of these do have lower milestones to get to. So if I get those milestones, so I won't necessarily, it'll be like before where I won't necessarily be able to work on them on every single project, but I would like to try and work on every single one. Another new start, coffee shop. 4 more. A whip, winter sampler. Have you noticed that I made the font larger so it's easier to see? And I think I have different paper because it feels, unless it was just really old, like because I've been doing this for so long, but this feels thicker. Another whip, walking to town. And a new start, wool shop. 1 more. I think I'm gonna have to pull projects from every single bin. Awesome. Oh God. California Dreaming. Obviously a whip. Okay, so I pulled 20 projects. Let's sort these out real quick. Hang on. A, W, S, E, S, A-P R. I'm not putting these completely alphabetically, but I'm trying to keep them kind of. W. Son of a bitch. All right, let's just do this. I'm going to go grab the first bin. Give me 1 second. Now, this is what I'm going to do for this floss tube. What I may end up doing is I may actually have to edit my videos by... We'll see how this goes. If this is too much, either for me or for you guys, what I'll do is I will do this, go stop the video, go pull the projects, and then show them. You guys let me know what you think. Let me just show you California Dreaming first real quick because it's right here. So California Dreaming, I already showed you the project because it was a whip that I worked on. This is in... I want to say it's just full coverage category. California Dreaming. Here it is. It's in the full coverage category. So I still have an end goal of getting it to 25%, and I want to increase it by 0.5%. So, real quick, how many's in it? 350, 700. 350, 700. Whoops, nope, times 0.5%. So I need to do 1,754 stitches to increase it by 0.5%. Okay. So there's that one. Okay, let me find Beach. Oh, All in the Family was one. This is one of my new starts. It is a Dimensions kit. I can't get the bag open. Here we go. It is a Dimensions kit. And it's basically like Stitch People. You pick your people and you stitch them. So I'm going to do myself, Peyton and Lachlan, and then I'm going to do Mr. Whiskers and Gracie Lou. And I have a goal to finish it. My first goal will be to stitch me and Peyton. So I got to pick me and Peyton out of this. And I got to pick me and Peyton out of this, and then I got to stitch the two of us. And that goal will be done. And this is in the... Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me do this. California Dreamin'. I gotta find it again. I'm gonna highlight them so I know which ones I'm doing. Okay. All in the Family. This is in the small kits category. I do not have my boards done for next year yet. I have to go get them. I'm gonna go get them today. I have not finished my Christmas shopping. I'm so bad. I'm gonna finish it today. I'm gonna battle the crowds and finish it today. Okay. So California Dreaming. Where'd it go? All in the Family. All right. Is this it? Well, this is one of them. It's not the one I was looking for, but this is one of them. Okay. Ancestors. This is from one of my Emma Congdon books. Cross Stitch for the Earth. Let me find it. And page 14. It says, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. I love this. I'm going to do this on a 14 count white Aida. I have this set to be finished, and I have it divided into 7 milestones. My first, I can't see. Okay, let me give you one more look. Look at that. So my first milestone is going to be the phrase from our ancestors, the rocks and the bears. So from our ancestors, the rocks and the bears will be my, was I going to do those rocks too? I don't think I was going to do those rocks. No. No, that wasn't. So just these rocks over here. So from our ancestors, the rocks and the bears. That is my first milestone for that one. And this is in the other category. I may or may not, once I pick up a project, I may try to get the milestone completed before I set it down and work on a new one. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Because what I was doing to myself last year was I would get some of them done. I would get part of the milestone done, and I would only have like 100 stitches left, and it was driving me crazy. So once I pick it up, I may go ahead and just keep it out, like keep working on it until that milestone is done. Amazonian, or is it Amazonia? Did I write it wrong? Amazonia. I wrote it wrong. That's okay. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Romance Art. It's 400 by 490, 107 colors. This is what it's going to look like when it is done. Look how pretty that is. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches, and I have my first milestone set to be to do 1,000 stitches on it. And this is in the full coverage category. Put this over here. I know Beach Getaway I need to pull out. Is this it? Oh, and I'm going to be doing that on like a 25 count, easy count Lugano 1/1 full cross. I've not been telling, yeah, I think I have. Okay, next up is Beach Getaway. This is from Charting Creations. Just gotta find it. Here it is. This was an image licensed with Shutterstock. It is 325 by 490, and it uses 101 colors. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I thought it looked really, really cool. I'm gonna do this on like a 30 count China fabric that I have. I have a goal to get it to 8%. My first milestone is to get it to 1%, which I want to say 59250 as 159,250 stitches. So I need to do 1,593 stitches to get it to 1%. What does this go to? Christmas. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in this bin before I move on to the next one. I don't believe so. Okay, I believe everything in this bin is done, so I'm going to switch bins out. Okay, next up, we're going to pull out, where'd it go? Coffee Shop. Oh, I didn't realize which one it was. This is a Small Dimensions Gold Collections Petite. It's going to be a new start. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this. Did I tell you Beach Getaway was in the full coverage category? I believe I did. I did not, because I didn't highlight it. Beach Getaway is in the full coverage category. Okay. Coffee Shop. Coffee Shop is in 2 categories. It is in small kits and it's in the Christmas category. So when I work on this, when I complete the goal, or the milestone, I'm sorry. When I complete the milestone, I will put this milestone completion towards the Christmas category because there are more projects in there than small kits. So I want to get that list kind of whittled away. So Coffee Shop, I'm just going to use whatever comes in the kit. I'm going to count about 5 million times over and up because I want to start in the upper left-hand corner. So I have a goal of 6,000 stitches. My first, it's got 12 milestones and the first milestone is 500 stitches. Okay. Coffee Addiction. Oh, I need this. This is from Stitching Jewels Design. You guys are going to laugh when you see this. You really will. I laughed when I saw it. I just got to find it. Coffee Addiction. It's a monochrome piece. Is that not me? Is that not me? Like, I swear to God. So I am going to do this. I'm going to do this on a 20 count Aida. It's a fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics. And it is from it's the October 2023 fabric and is the color Compatible. That's the color. And instead of black, I think I'm going to do this in, right now I changed the color in Pattern Keeper to 839. So I think that'll look really cool. And I have this as a goal of 40%, and my first milestone is 5%. This is only, it's not full coverage. It is only 29,713 stitches. And so I said I wanted it to be at 5%. So that's 1,486 stitches. And I'm going to do it two strands full cross, I think, because it's on 20 count. I can do, maybe I'll do 1 strand full cross. Maybe I'll try it that way. Anyway, I thought, is this the bag it comes in? Is this my project bag? I guess so. Okay. And this is in the Coffee Addiction Etsy category. Okay, are there any others in this bin? Coffee Addiction. Oh, Coffee Shop. Wait, didn't I just show that? I did. Coffee Shop. Okay. What does this go to? Gilded Birdcage. So, Enchanted Pumpkin. This is one of my new starts, Enchanted Pumpkin. This is a Millhill kit. Buttons and Beads Autumn Series. And I have this set to be a finish. I have it in 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in a couple categories. It is in 3. It's in holiday, small kits, and fancy like, because it's in because it's a Halloweeny piece. It's a Millhill kit. I think it's fancy, and it's a small kit. So I will probably end up putting this towards the small kits category, because that's the one that has the most out of those 3. And then once I get the 500 stitches done for small kits, I can still pull it to work on the other 2 categories. Okay, Enchanted Pumpkin can go over there. What does this go to? Oh, you know what? I need to pull out... I'll pull it out when I put that up. Gingerbread. Nope, that's in the next one. So I believe everything has been pulled out of this one. I did forget to pull out my faux, so I'll do that when I put this up. So I'm going to put this up real quick and then go grab the next bin and my faux. Okay. Put that over there for right now. All right, next up is the gingerbread. Here it is. Gingerbread Smalls. Where'd it go? Gingerbread Smalls Carousel. So I have Gingerbread Smalls by Twin Peak Primitives. I'm going to do all of these, and I'm going to finish them all separately. So, but right now I'm doing it on one piece of fabric. I'm doing it on 28 count even weave in the color Cornflower. It's a little bluer than what it's showing right now, by Fiber on a Whim. So this is the fabric. That's one of the things I started, but that's not the one I'm going to work on. I'm going to start one of the other ones. I'm going to be doing Carousel, which is this one down here. That's the one I'm going to start. And I have this set to be a finish, and I want to say all of them have the same amount of stitches. Yeah. So they all have 4 milestones. I'm kind of estimating if that's how many it's going to be. I feel like it might be less, but my first milestone for this will be 1,000 stitches. And it is in Carousel. It is in 2 categories. It's in Christmas and it's in seasonal series, because it's like a series of pieces. All right. Okay, that can go right there. It is. Let me pull out my focus piece while we're in here. If I can find it. Here it be. I'll show you guys those when I'm done. Oh, crossword. Here it is. Okay, next up I'm going to show you is crossword. It is for Long Dog Samplers. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am going to be doing this on a 32 count Lugana in the color Exotic Orchid. I have no idea where it came from. I think a subscriber sent it to me, but it's like this really pretty, like purpley color. And I'm going to be doing it with some silks that my friend Akshay sent me when he was destashing. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully it turns out good. I have a goal of 10,000 stitches, and I have my first milestone as 1,000 stitches. I'm so excited to do all of these. I don't know which one to work on first. Where'd it go? Crossword. There it is. All right. And this is in the category, hang on. It is in the category of Sampleresque. All right, next up, let me find Isaiah H. Still H. That's still H. A lot of H projects, apparently. Oh, this is one too. House. So House is one of my whips. It is from Stiach, their 2020 stitch along. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm doing this 4 times. I'm doing it in 4 different color schemes: pink, orange, purple, and green. That's where I'm at with it. I have parts 1 and 2 completed. And I have this set to be a finish. My first milestone will be to complete part 3 on all 4 pieces. And this is in, I want to say the Sal's. Yeah, it's in the Sal's category. So my boards, I'm going to have the pieces listed, and then I'm going to have like check boxes that I check off when I complete a milestone, instead of having the categories with the things under it. That's going to be too much, because some of them will be listed multiple times and then it'll get confusing. Okay, so House. Now let me find the one I was actually looking for. Here it is. This is a kit, an old kit. I've had it for a very long time. From Designs for the Needle. This will be a new start. This is Isaiah. I have a goal on this of 3,000 stitches. I'm going to start in the middle, so I'll be working on the eagle. I have 6 milestones set for it, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I am doing this in honor of my step-grandfather, my grandmother's second husband, but also for my grandfather, my grandmother's first husband, because they both loved eagles. My grandfather's CB handle was crippled wing. And my second grandfather was very religious. So it's in memory of both of them. Well, in honor of the second one. He's still alive. This is in the large kits category. Okay, I think that is it for this bin. Yes. Okay, getting the next one. isn't too bad, is it? I mean, it's not any longer. I thought it was going to take up a lot more time. It's not any longer than what my normal floss tubes are. I mean, granted, I didn't have as many projects to show this time that I worked on. Okay, which Mother Nature? Summer. So these are the Mother Nature. These are from Just Cross Stitch Magazine of 2023. So the year that is ending currently. They had a series in there of Mother Nature pieces. They had one for each season, and then they did bonus ones for Halloween and for winter. I mean, for Christmas. So this is Mother Nature Summer. Look how beautiful she is. God, I'm so excited. Ah! I'm doing all of them on a 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I will be doing them 2/2. And Mother Nature Summer. She is in 2 categories. She is in seasonal / series, and she is in fancy like, because she fancy. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches on her with the first 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Okay. All right. What does this go to? R. Looking for pumpkins. Yeah, boy. I'm excited for this one too. This is from Cute Patterns by Maria on Etsy. I'm calling it pumpkins. When I printed it out, it says pumpkin autumn. I'm like, whatever. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am super stoked about the blue pumpkin. That's why I bought it, because it looks so good. I do have it in Pattern Keeper, but there is back stitching. So obviously I'll have to pull up the PDF on there to get the back stitching part. But I'm going to be doing this on a 14 count Aida in just, you know, those, the ones that I pick up from Joann's. This is my dog pee one. It's like brown, yellow. It looks like dog pissed all over it. I have a goal of 8,000 stitches on this, and I have 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches, and it is in 2 categories. It is in Etsy, and it is in seasonal / series. Pumpkins. So Rosie Santa should be in here. Yep, there it is. The next thing that I'm going to work on is from the Cross Stitch Studio, and this is Rosie Santa. There is actually, I don't know why, but there's actually a Facebook group for this piece. They created a Facebook group for this piece. It's 475 by 665. Artwork is by Shabby Charm Art, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am going to do the background because it is not completely all white. I'm just doing it on the 30 count China fabric that I have. And let me see. I want to say it's in 2 categories. Oh, it's in 3. Oh, I added the 3rd category. Because there's a Facebook group for it that I'm in, I went ahead and put it under the Sal category. It is also under full coverage, of course, and Christmas. I have a goal of 4%, and for 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 0.5%. You'd think I would have written the actual numbers down and not just the percentage, right? To make future Jen's life easier. Did past Jen do that? Nope. Okay, so it's got 315,875. 0.5%. So I need to do 1,580 stitches to get this goal completed, or the milestone, I'm sorry. All right, I'm so excited about all these projects to work on now. Oh, I need to pull out my New Year, New Start. Here it is. So my New Year, New Start that I'm going to do with Case, if she is up to stitching, will be Mountain Cabin from Heaven and Earth Designs. I got the Max Color version. I just have to find it on Pattern Keeper. So it's really the Mountain Cabin. Artwork is by Dominic Davison. It's 725 by 518. It has 238 colors. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. So I will wait until January the 1st to start this. I'm going to be doing it on a 32 count easy count Lugana 1/1 full cross, and I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on it. So when I stitch on this on the 1st, my first milestone will be 1,000 stitches, and that is what I'm going to try to get done. Mountain Cabin. And it's in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in Sal's because I'm working on it with Case. There might be some other people doing it too. I don't know. If you are doing this as a New Year Start New Year, New Start with us, let me know. Wow, that was loud. The zipper thing hit my cup. Okay. That's it for this bin. Yep, I have to pull from all the bins. Okay, let me get this one. Spa Gnome. Here it is. This is from cutebroidery.com. One of my whips. I'm going to hold it back here because I don't have a cover photo printed, but it's a cute little gnome in a pink robe with a towel on her head and cucumber eyeballs. And I'm doing this on a 14 count roll of Charles Craft Ada in the pink purple version. That I can hold closer. Why am I holding it way back there? That's my starting point. And I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on her. 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And I'm trying to work more in the hat, in the towel, because it's like all like white and gray, and I'm going to be mad at myself if that's all I have left to do. It's in the gnomes category. Okay. All right, and then the other one I got to pull out of here is Sugar Cookie House. This is another Mill Hill kit that I'll be starting. And it's the Buttons and Beads Spring Series. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. Wow, there's a lot of beads in there. Look at all those beads. All right, Sugar Cookie House is in 2 categories. It's in small kits and it's in fancy like. I have a goal to finish this, and that's including the beading. So, because like the beads are like kind of as a cross stitch on these kits. So I have 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. All right, and I think that's it for this bin. Yeah, let me get the last one. I have them set out in a specific order like this, I think it'll probably be better, because this is still about the average length of my normal videos. I was worried it was going to take up too much time doing it like this, but it's not too bad. What do you guys think? Are you okay with me getting up and switching bins out? You seem to be okay whenever I have to get up and yell at the cats when they're scratching at the door. So, okay, Walking to Town is one of my whips. It's an old Dimensions kit, one of my oldest, I think, maybe. $19.99, one of my oldest ones. I do have one that's actually older than this. Walking to Town. This is in 2 categories. It's in large kits and it's in Christmas. And I think I decided whenever I get to those French knot, the French knot snow up in the sky there, I think I'm going to switch it out to beads whenever I get there. That's probably going to be one of the last things I do. This is my starting point. Let me hold it up with the bag behind it so that you can actually see. There we go. It's like all folded and taped up. It's a mess. But that's my starting point. I have a goal this year of 4,000 stitches. I have it divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Okay, that can go right there. Well, I know Winter Sampler's right here, so let me pull this out. Winter Sampler is another one of my whips. It is from Cooler Design Studio. Artwork is by Sandy Orton. It's throwing me off pulling these out and showing them because I literally just showed this like a lot of these in my 5th part of my whip parade last night. Okay, Cooler Design Studio, Winter Sampler, artwork by Sandy Orton. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I saw Blitz Stitch doing this a number of years ago, and he did his on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco, and I loved it so much I wanted to do the same. So I'm doing mine on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. 2 threads over 2. Oh, I guess I can keep it folded. That is my starting point. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this, and I have it set in 6 milestones. My first milestone will be 1,000 stitches, and it is Winter Sampler. It is in 2 categories. It's in seasonal / series, and it's in sampler-esque. Sampler-esque is really like the ones that aren't like traditional samplers. They just they're either called samplers like Winter Sampler, or they make me think of samplers because it's my categories and I do what I want. Winter Sampler. Okay, last project is a new start. Oh, I'm gonna pull this up too. Well, last project that I'm pulling to show you, but then I have a couple more things I gotta show you. That's why I'm not sure how many of these I'm gonna actually get to work on, only because of what I kind of have planned. Is this it? Yep. Okay, last project I'm gonna show you is from Pain Free Crafts. This is a retired chart. It is no longer available. It is Wool Shop by Steve Crisp. It is 600 by 429. I have no idea how many colors it is, but he had a series of shops on Pain Free Crafts site, and when I heard he was retired, I already started Sweet Shop. When I heard he was retiring, I went and snatched all of them up. The only one I do not have listed to be a start this year is the Pharmacy. The other ones I have set to be starts this year. And that's only because I didn't cut the fabric for it. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches and 6 milestones, and the first milestone is 1,000 stitches. This is a total of 257,400, so it's not like super big. And this is in 2 categories. It is in full coverage and it's in seasonal series. And I will be stitching this on a 28 count easy count Lugano 1/1 full cross. Okay, so those are my whips. Let me put this back real quick. All right. There's a few more things I want to show you. My challenge with Alara is Honeymoon Sunset. So we are going to be doing 25,000 stitches on our projects in 25 weeks. It'll be 1,000 stitches every week. And when we post it, if I post it on Facebook, we will use the hashtag 25K in 25 weeks. So if you would like to join in on that, you are more than welcome to. Whatever project you want, it does not matter. I'm doing one from CrossStitch Studio. She's doing one from Pain Free Crafts. Mine is a beachy sunset appearance with tons of confetti, and she's doing all black on a dragon's piece. I mean, so it's like, it does not matter what piece you pick if you choose to participate in the challenge. Me and her have a little side bet going on that involves money that you guys will not be involved in. But if you want the encouragement and to see progress, by all means, join us. Okay, so Honeymoon Sunset from the CrossStitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. It is $869 by $649. It has 133 colors. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am currently at 30%. It's the one that I have with all my full coverages. It's the one that is furthest along, and it's my favorite one. So I currently have 169,188 stitches completed out of 563,981, and I am at exactly 30%. I'm doing this 2 threads, half cross on 25 count easy count Lugana. So I'm going to do 1,000 stitches a week. I'm going to go ahead and just show you the whole thing right now. I have no idea where I'm going to go because I could go pretty much just about anywhere I want. This is my starting point for the year. Once the 25,000 stitches gets complete, I will keep it available to work on. I'll just set some milestones for it like I do with the other projects. So it'll still come into play if I pull it later in the year. But once the 25 weeks is done, my challenge will be over. So what I have right now is I just have 1,000 written out 25 times. And every week I'll just cross it off when I get it done. And so I was chatting with Alara, and I think if I enjoy this, like if I enjoy the challenge, what I may do is I may knock it back a little bit and do like a 10K in 10 weeks on another full coverage piece. And do like, just do my own personal 10K in 10 weeks challenge with, she wanted me to do Hiding Place from the CrossStitch Studio, but then that would give me 35 weeks, and I could actually do another 10K in 10 weeks challenge with a third full coverage piece for the year, and maybe just kind of keep that going, and just do 1,000 stitches a week on them. Okay, my faux. Focus on a finish, my faux. This will be, so whenever I get a project that's kind of near getting done, because as you saw, I had a lot of finishes that I want to get done. So in order to help me out with that, if there's something that's fairly close to being done, I will pull it out, and it will be something that I work on. Maybe if it's something that's easy, I can bring it to work, or I will just do something where I don't really count it for my games until I'm done, and I will just work on it for like maybe 100 stitches a day before I do whatever I want to do for the night. But this is going to be my first faux that I focus on, and it is Best Friends Quotes. It's from Stitch Area. This pattern is no longer available, and it's just all a bunch of stuff from the TV show Friends, and this will be my focus piece. Hold on. This will be my focus piece until it gets completed. I'm really close. Best Friends. Oops. See? I'm almost done. So all I have left to do is I got to do the dots here and here, right? I need to finish the chopsticks and backstitch them there. I have to finish the holiday armadillo. I have to finish the sign that's the name tag that says, hello, my name is Regina Phalange. Finish the turkey right here. This is going to say wapa. The chicken, the duck. Finish this phrase. Says, hey, just so you know, it's not that common. It doesn't happen to every guy, and it is a big deal. And then the sevens down here, I got to finish the sevens. And paper, snow, a ghost. I just have to finish the ghost here. This is going to say big fat goalie, and this says I know. I mean, that's all I got to do. It's not much. It's just, it's very dense stitching. Like, it took me for freaking ever to get that part done. But this will be my first faux. And so I'm going to have my boards with my things on my check boxes. And then I'm going to have another board that has, I'm going to hold out hope that I get a lot of finishes. And then I'll have another board where I mark how many finishes I get done and list them out. My next faux, if I happen to finish this before my next Flosstube, my second faux will be the May Gnome from the Year of Gnomes Stitch Along. I am at 75% and my goal is to finish it. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. So I'm at 75%. My goal is to finish it. So once I get the Friends piece done, if it gets done before my next Flosstube, I'll switch to this, and that's why I wanted to show you. So those are my two faux. Once I get Friends done, I will pick out another faux to go in line behind this one. All right, that's it. I'm excited. I am excited to get started now. I'm getting back in my game. I got to get my Christmas shopping done first, though. All right. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Happy stitching. Get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys next year. Take care, everybody. Bye.